Hi guys, welcome to my channel everybody, and thank you so much for watching. What's going on guys? I am Jade. If you're new here, please hit the like button and also share this video. Let me tell you guys, the arrangement of the derangers is in full, like it's full blown now. Like it is like the arrangement is like full blown. Okay. Now, basically, they are saying that Meghan is copying Kate Middleton, and I'm like, what? Only in these people's minds, only in their head, does this nonsense even make any sense at all. I'm looking at this situation. I'm like, what? She's copying who? She's copying this one. No, that got me laughing so hard. I'm like, whoo. At least if there is one thing that I can say is that these people are truly, 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 they are funny in a sad clown kind of way. Okay? It's not a matter of I'm laughing with you, I am laughing at you. If you think in your wildest dream that Meghan Markle will ever, ever copycat, like she has been doing it, and this is something that they don't know, or maybe some of them know, they don't care, because that narrative, that fact, it's not even a narrative. The fact that Meghan Markle, prior to meeting Prince Harry, had a food blog, a very successful food blog. The fact that they know this, some of them they know, but they don't want to, because it's not going to fit their narrative. So they just want to continue to like lie. So they want you and I to accept that Meghan Markle is copying Susie Homemaker over here. They want you and I to accept that she's copying Susie Homemaker over here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sean, for $2 for the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Like, seriously, Susie Homemaker over here, who looks like she's scared, like she looks like she's legit scared of the pot. Like, seriously. And then tomorrow somebody's gonna tell me, first of all, if you saw the finished product of that, whatever it was she was making, it was unedible. You wouldn't even feed that. I wouldn't even say a dog, because dogs deserve love too. Dog deserves to eat as good as humans, But if you see the finished product of what she was making, like you will vomit. It looks like a vomit. It looks like nobody, even if you give that to somebody who just got rescued after being stuck in a desert island, they will say, no, thank you. I'll wait until somebody is able to feed me good. Susie Homemaker over here is what they want us to believe. Oh my gosh. Is who they want us to believe, that Meghan Markle, somebody who has, you remember, I don't know if anybody remember this, before Meghan and Harry left before they were chased out of the royal family, right? If you guys remember, Meghan had something that she was working on, a cookbook that she was working on with people of color, women, from different religious background and everything. They were working on a cookbook that they were going to, that the proceeds from the cookbook was going to 100% of the proceeds was going to go directly into funding services to help POC women. This was some of the things that Meghan was doing while she was there. Things that were very popular, things that a lot of people really absolutely loved. They liked the fact that she was doing this, and it resonated with a lot of people. It brought her a lot of praise, and people were like people were very much, they really, really liked Meghan Markle. And that's one of the major things that the royal family, the rest of the royal family, apart from Prince Harry, didn't like. This is one of the things, the problem that they had with Meghan Markle. She was too beloved. She was too relatable. She was too friendly, and people absolutely adored her. She didn't even need to work. Already her background as coming from a working class family who had worked for everything that she had, not leeching off of taxpayers' pounds, that one already puts her above every single one of the royal family members. On the likability poll, she was already up there because she's somebody as opposed to Kate and William and Camilla and Charles pretending, trying to play costume wear, trying to put on play dress up or whatever, trying to get people to see them as relatable, bribing allegedly her media people to put like really flattering headings on whatever post they are writing about how, oh, she's so relatable. Meghan did not have that problem. Meghan did not have the problem of people looking at her and thinking, oh, she's so relatable, or, having to work really hard, because anybody, at least the vast majority of people knew a Meghan Markle. The vast majority of people knew a Meghan Markle at one point or another. So she did not have to work at all for that likability. She did not have to work hard to get people to understand that she came from the same place, that she totally relates, she totally understands. She's biracial, meaning she understands the struggles of being a person of color, being born by a black mom, and then she also understands coming from a place where you come from a working class family that a lot of people can actually relate with. So she was miles and miles and miles ahead. She didn't have to work. She didn't have to put on clothes. She didn't have to play dress up to get people to actually relate to her, to get people to actually like her. They just liked her because they really did, in fact, see themselves in her. So that was the major thing that the royal family was never going to let fly. They would rather burn the whole place down like they are doing now than to allow Meghan to be more liked than they are, which ultimately is going to end up being a really, really bad decision on their part. Because Meghan is still thriving. Meghan is still living her best life. Meghan is still doing all the things that she needs to do. She's still succeeding in spite of all the dragation, in spite of all the bullying, in spite of all the attacks. Is she not thriving? Is she not living? Yeah, she is. And every day they continue to encourage this attack. They continue to push these attack dogs to go after Meghan Markle. Their own credibility is slowly being chipped away, slowly but surely. Before they know before they know what happens, they will lose everything. The last bit of prestige will be gone. I don't even think they care. It's just about the next generation of royal family can deal with it. But as far as I'm alive, these people must fear me. I think that's a mentality that they have, that they must fear me. I must teach this person a lesson, this outsider who came out of nowhere and decided that she was going to come and take over. We must not let that happen. We must teach her a lesson. So that's basically, in my opinion, what I think is going on. So they want us to believe that this one over here, that Meghan is copying this one. Okay. I saw a bunch of think pieces, like rubbish think pieces, and that were written, and people making different comparisons. They even compared Meghan to Martha Stewart, saying that she's copying Martha Stewart. It's so interesting to me how everybody now thinks that the Everybody is now looking at as if Martha Stewart invented homekeeping. Martha Stewart did not invent it. There literally was a doll from the 60s called Susie Homemaker. Every single person who was born or raised in the 60s, who grew up in the 60s, obviously that was way, way, way before my time. But I'm a history buff. So, and I read a lot and I know all these things, just from knowing. Every single woman, American woman who grew up in the 60s, who was married when in the 60s or before even then, every single American woman who grew up in that era was a Susie Homemaker, was a Martha Stewart. Yeah, she did have a leg up. She was the one who put a face to it. But Martha Stewart did not invent homekeeping. Martha Stewart did not invent, be looking after your home. Majority of the women back in the day, it was what they did. Their husband went out to work and they took care of the home. Not only did they see to the kids, they also saw to the gardens and they saw to the home, make sure that the home was clean, because by the time their husband got home and the house wasn't clean, it was going to be trouble for them. So this narrative of them comparing anybody else, and they're only doing it because it's Meghan, okay? A lot of people have done these types of content before, shows before, and they don't get a level of backlash that certain people are giving to Meghan Markle. It is very clear why, because it's Meghan Markle, so they have to be more heavy-handed with her. They have to criticize even when they don't even need to criticize. You know what I mean? So they have to try to put her down and make her feel bad. That's the reason why, what's her name? McCain. That's the reason why I felt like I needed to address her own take on Meghan Markle's situation. Meghan McCain, for those of you who don't know, is the failed Nepo baby of the late U.S. Senator John McCain. Meghan McCain is so desperate. She's so desperate for relevance that she will jump on anything at all that will give her a semblance of that. You see, Meghan wants she wants to be famous, yeah. But the MAGA thing, because she's a Republican, she's very much a Trump supporter when it's convenient for her. She's not 100% full on Trump supporter, but when it's convenient for her, when she needs Trump supporters to view her, she will become a Trump supporter, being heavily critical of the opposition, of the other party. So, the MAGA to fame and fortune pipeline is so saturated these days that in order for you to make it, in order for you to make a name for yourself, in order for you to stand out, you really have to be full on MAGA. You have to have all the racist talking points. You have to use the N word with the hard, with the hard R. You have to be all of these things. And even then, it's not a guarantee. And so Meghan McCain is the kind of racist who wants to be covertly racist and not overtly racist. That means, she's not really going to go all the way. She's going to be using certain talking point, but she's not really go all the way oh, black people are the N word. Oh, brown people, they need to be, she's not going to go all the way, but she's going to support whatever ideology that she sees. That's the kind of person that she is. Again, like I said, the MAGA to fame pipeline is very saturated, and it's going to require her to do a lot more work, which she clearly is too lazy to do. Okay, so she basically wrote this very, very ridiculous post criticizing Meghan Markle. Criticizing Meghan Markle. No, somebody says if Kate's picture is legit, wouldn't that cast? I know it doesn't, not necessarily. It doesn't. It the handle is not always hot. that's not the part that sits on the stove. It doesn't necessarily mean that the handle is going to be hot. That's not necessarily true that the handle is going to be extremely hot. That's not true. Let me share my screen and show you guys what McCain wrote. She's so thirsty. So this is what she said, right? And be very wary of people who start each conversation, especially when it comes to anybody. They want to start criticizing somebody. Be very wary of the people who start their conversations with, I used to like so and so person, but now it's a lie. Because when you open your mind to whatever it is that they're trying to say, you probably be thinking, okay, they're going to give a very valid reason as to why they no longer like the person, even though they used to like the person. Like, you are open-minded to that. But guess what? They let you down every time. They never tell you, because it is not true. They have always felt the same way that they felt, but they probably kept it quiet because it wasn't time for them to benefit from it, basically. So let me go ahead and read this one. So Meghan says, Meghan McCain, the daughter of the late U.S. Senator John McCain, says, I was originally a Meghan Markle supporter. I thought she was cool, stylish, and refreshing. Like the rest of the world, my opinion changed when she disrespected the royal family. Now that she wants to be an American again instead of British aristocracy, what she seemed to forget is Americans want real, raw, uncensored. All of this, even in the trailer, is highly curated, produced, and out of touch. Listen, these people are so bitter. They are so mad. Meghan fell in love. Okay? Meghan Markle fell in love. So it wasn't as if she set out to look for Prince Charles, or she set out to look for Prince Harry, or her entire life. She has wanted to marry a prince. That's not even her style. Like, she grew up a feminist, somebody who was already a feminist at the age of 12. At the age of 12, she was writing letters to dishwashing companies to have them change certain words from their advertisement from women across America to people across America. That does not strike me as somebody who wants to be like, bowing down to a man and saying yes to everything. That sounds very much like somebody with their own mindset. Somebody who's not going to allow anybody take advantage of them. That's what that sounds to be like. So the fact that this loser, Meghan McCain, who really is a nobody, who's just an attention seeker, looking for relevance, realizing that nothing, like the MAGA pipeline is so saturated, the MAGA grift is so saturated that nobody is free. No free followers are just hanging around. She has to pull some followers from other parts of the world, like for example the UK, and she figures, okay, let me just use Meghan Markle because I know according to the polls in the UK they don't like her, so let me use her to grab onto relevance. So Meghan McCain, that's not what happened. She met somebody, she fell in love, just like you supposedly fell in love, just like your husband supposedly fell in love with a piece of shit that you are. I'm sure the guy's probably thinking about you and seeing all of your nonsense and wishing that he didn't marry you because of your wickedness, because of your need and your hunger for attention. Just like your husband had the misfortune of marrying you, so did Meghan Markle marry into a family that is just so despicable. Just like nobody can blame your husband for falling in love with you for whatever reason, we cannot blame Meghan Markle for marrying into that god awful family. We can't do that. We need to give grace. You of all people should know that. I'm sure your husband will 100% understand what I'm saying. Okay? So all of this, even in the trailer, is so highly curated because they cannot think of one thing, right? They can't think of one thing to criticize about the trailer. The trailer is it's such a joyful trailer. I think I have watched that trailer at least 30 times. Every time it pops up on my newsfeed, every time it pops up on my wherever, I always watch it. Sometimes, heck, I will just go and search for it and watch it. It's such a happy-go-lucky trailer. It's so joyful. It is so joyful. No wonder it went viral. It is such a joyful, such a happy trailer. And they know this. They know, even the haters, they know that Meghan Markle knocked this off the park. They know this themselves. That this trailer right here, Meghan Markle did the damn thing. The production team, everybody. It's such a joyful, such a happy trailer. So whatever rubbish this failed Nepo baby is trying to say, she has no idea what she's talking about. The response by the people, so much so that the haters, it's been a while since the haters were this like unhinged about anything that Meghan Markle does. The fact that people are so unhinged about this already tells you that she really this they saw this trailer, they already know that this is gonna be a hit. They already know that this is gonna be a hit. And so they are lashing out because they know that this is going to be a hit show. So McCain is just jealous. She's a failed talk show host. No matter how much she tried to lick the Republican Yash, nobody wanted to touch her with a 10-foot pole. Now she's stuck doing podcasts where all these other people who are really pro-MAGA, who are really MAGA full on, are raking in millions from being MAGA. So she has been relegated to the gutters. And that's why she's pissed off. She has failed. She has failed. So they saw how good the trailer was. They saw how amazing. What an amazing job Meghan did, Meghan Markle. That's the reason why they cannot think of one thing to criticize, so they have to fabricate things. They have to fabricate stuff. They have to make things up in their head because they cannot think of one thing that they want to criticize her for. Because that trailer was a chef's kiss. It was amazing. And all this rubbish, it means nothing because deep down in your heart, you know. American wants what American wants. America is a country, and this is why entertainment in America is so successful. Because what Meghan McCain is describing is not even realistic. If she knows what she's talking about, then she will know that America is a country where the viewers, the audience wants different things. It's a matter of you finding your tribe. Find your tribe and join. Find entertainment, find the kind of entertainment that you like and follow. That's the reason why in America we have like 1,000,001 different channels, different streaming services, different shows, different whatever. So that depending on what you like, you will watch that, you will gravitate towards that. Like you have no idea what you're talking about, Meghan McCain. You have no idea. America is a land of choice. Like the choices are there. Do you think Netflix would have put their money behind Meghan Markle if they didn't understand the market, if they didn't understand that there is a market for people who wants the kind of thing that Meghan has to sell, Meghan Markle has to offer? Okay. So what are you even talking about? You're not even making any bloody sense. You're just being a hater, and it shows. Do you see how terrible Meghan McCain is? She cannot even be subtle with her hate. She's such a bitter, jealous hater. She cannot even be subtle with that regard. That's how terrible, that's how talentless she is. Like, how are you here when you know that diversity is what America thrive on, the market, like literally, you will look for anything and you will find anything. Before YouTube decided that they were going to crack down on monetization of all this, anything you want. Before they used to allow people who want to do sex things on YouTube. They used to allow people, there were channels for years and years and years monetizing terrorism on YouTube until, you know, they finally had some type of moral compass and decided that they were going to, you know, crack down and take down all those channels. I say all of that to say that America is an open market. Just go. So the narrative that McCain is trying to spin by saying that, oh, she's not going to be successful because, you know, she's because America wants something different. No, Americans want different things. Americans want different things. And it's a matter of just marketing enough for people who want what Meghan Markle has to offer to find her and follow her and enjoy what she has to offer. But again, I'm sure she already knows it because I don't think she's that stupid. But then again, I could be wrong. It's possible that she really is that stupid and she doesn't understand the market, you know, but this is like so elementary. So elementary. And the response clearly has been amazing, like everywhere, even typically where you will see comments of people bashing Meghan. What you will typically see when you go to any one of those, for example, Netflix, when you go to when Netflix posted the trailer, you see a lot of people saying, why are you people coming for her? I love this. I'm really interested. I can't wait to see this. And then when you see some people say, oh, I'm not going to watch the black, you don't need to announce it though. You don't need to announce it. You can just not watch it. You don't need to tell the whole world that you're not going to be watching. Like no one cares. You know what I mean? So the response has been amazing and they are all beside themselves. They don't know how to handle this level of success because they were really hoping that after everything that they did to Meghan Markle, she'll be totally cancelled and nobody will want to touch her. But that hasn't been the case. That has not been the case. She has been amazing and her projects with Netflix has been amazing, every single one of them, regardless of what messages, because remember, a lot of these people are just bots. So regardless of what messages they are pushing out there, just remember that Netflix are the ones that are actually seeing the number. If they are encouraged by what they are seeing and they are telling her to do more stuff, that's because they absolutely enjoy what she's doing and they see that the numbers are good, that she's bringing in the numbers. And that's the reason why. Because Netflix will not put their money on something that is not profitable. Sorry. Netflix will never put their money on something that's not profitable, you know. So, anyways. So Meghan McCain went on to say, there have been 2 terror attacks in 2 days, major wars raging, and Americans can't pay for groceries. We are a country in rage, uncertainty, and intensity right now. Also, Meghan is supposed to come and resolve the problem. Meghan Markle is supposed to come and fix all the problem when she's not the politician. When the politician that you people supported, why do you think there are terrorist attacks in America? You see people who thought, oh, Democrats are bad. Biden is not good. Kamala is not going to be good as well. Kamala, you can't change anything. You had 4 years. Forgetting that the first 4 years of Biden administration was basically dedicated to fixing all the mess that Trump did. Okay, so the second one, they've spent 4 years fixing the Trump's mess. The second one would have been where they would have really implemented much of their plans in a way that it would have benefited the people more than it already did. It's not as if they didn't do anything good within the 4 years, but the real change would have been felt more so in the next 4 years if they had given Democrats a chance. You know what I mean? So, but what do you think? Why do you think people are raging? Why do you think people are angry when they voted for a man who he hasn't even entered the office yet? He's already reneging on all of the promises that he made. This is the same person who told his voters that, oh, the price of groceries is going to go down. Biden is ineffective. That's the reason why groceries are so expensive. Oh, you're gonna see changes. The price of your gas is gonna go down. He hadn't even entered office and he was already reneging on the promises and saying that no, he's not gonna be able to bring the price of grocery down. It's not up to him to bring the price of gas down. It's a global economy thing that has nothing to do with him. But that's not what he promised his voters. And people who voted for him that could have voted for Vice President Kamala Harris are reacting based on the lie, reacting based on what he's just telling them now, that he's not going to be able to solve their problems, even though he promised that he was the second Messiah, that he was the God King who was going to solve all of their problems. And you'll see them raging. You don't care. Like, she knows, Meghan McCain, she knows why people are raging, but telling the truth about why people are raging does not fit whatever narrative that she is trying to push about Meghan Markle. Okay? Not so that's the reason why she's pushing this narrative. Oh, people are raging. So what? They are raging because of Trump. Look at the people who did the most recent attack. They were Trump supporters. One of them, according to the investigator, was even using a picture of President Biden's face as target practice. That's how much they hated Biden. He would take, when he went to shoot to the shooting range or whatever, he will glue President Biden's face to whatever target he was targeting. So these are not Democrats. These are not Biden supporters. These are Trump supporters who are now realizing that they effed around, and this is the finding out stage. You know how we used to say, F around and find out? This is the finding out stage. And they are realizing now, based on Trump's own words, based on Trump walking back the promises that he made, based on Trump siding with Elon Musk with regards to the H-1B visa, these people are now realizing that they screwed themselves and they are not happy. That's why they're raging. That has nothing to do with what's her name, Meghan Markle. My question to Meghan McCain is this: after hearing about the terrorist attack, of the past few days, did you have lunch after hearing about it? Did you have lunch? Did you take a shower? Did you feed your kids? Did you have sex? Did you move on with your life as usual? So why are you now holding Meghan Markle to a different standard if you did not change what you had going for you? If the story, the narrative, the tragic incidents of the past few days did not alter what you needed to do. You still did your blogs, you still did your vlogs, you still did your podcasts and everything. It didn't alter that. Why then do you think that Meghan should be held to a different standard? Meghan Markle should be held to a different standard than you, Meghan McCain. Why? Because you think what? You think, oh, people don't like her, so it's fair to criticize her even when it doesn't make any sense. But you lived your life, though. After that whole situation happened, you didn't starve yourself. You didn't go on some type of hunger strike about it. No. But you are holding her to a different standard for releasing a promotional video that had already been slated to be released on that particular day. So what's next? Do you want her to cancel the release because it's supposed to be released on the 15th of January. So now you won't have to cancel the release because of what happened. But Trump has been doing his own thing, golfing, since that whole incident happened. He's been partying like a rock star since the tragedy took place. You don't have the same energy for Trump, though. Again, these are the kind of double standards that I personally think is sickening and stupid. Okay. So, yeah. So continuing, she said, this concept is ill-advised. I would have told her to do a show. Yeah, you wish. You would have told her to do a show helping bring fresh food to food deserts in low-income neighborhoods. Do something to help people instead of your ego. Can you imagine? Meghan Markle has done more in the way of helping people than McCain could ever dream of in her miserable, boring ass life. Meghan Markle has done way more. And every time Meghan Markle does things to help the poor, to help those in need, she's criticized for it. Oh, she's doing it for the attention. Oh, she's doing it for this and she's doing it for that. Really? So this is the one that she's going to do that is going to make you feel good. Yeah, right. Yeah. Again, these people just look for whatever they need to look for to like criticize. This production, this entire situation is not something like Meghan McCain is sounding as if she woke up and say, yeah, let's edit this video, let's do this show, edit this, film it, and release it on the same day. Tragedy be them. She's pretending as if she doesn't understand that this type of project takes months and months and months. Takes a lot of preparation. But again, common sense, utilizing her common sense does not fit into whatever narrative that she's trying to spin. So it won't necessarily, she won't do that because it doesn't fit into whatever she's trying to spin. Because, yeah. But yeah, that's what she said. It's really, really pathetic. Again, this is somebody that is so irrelevant. Nobody cares. She knows that she cannot tap into the MAGA court anymore because the industry, the MAGA industry is just so saturated. So now she's trying to delve into the Meghan McCain, British people hate Meghan McCain court. That's what she's trying to dab into now because MAGA, they don't care about her. They don't like her. They don't like her. So yeah. It really is just sad. It really is sad. And I've seen so many people, oh, but she said she wanted privacy. She said she wanted privacy. Why is she doing all these videos? She said she wanted privacy. Why are you now on TV doing all these things? Somebody said they wanted privacy. It doesn't mean that she told you she wanted to leave TV. She wasn't going to do TV anymore. She didn't want to do TV anymore. That's not what she's saying. She still has to work. She still has to look after herself and her family. And it's not, and TV is what she has been doing long before she even met Prince Harry. Like, it's so pathetic. What would you have her do then? She's an actress. She was an actress prior to meeting Prince Harry. So you just want her to pack up her career just because of you people? Like, it'll be a different situation, right? If maybe she was a doctor or a lawyer who decided to transfer to TV, which will also not be an uncommon thing. There are so many doctors and lawyers who end up, getting on TV, getting their own TV shows. So many. For example, we have Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil. We have Judge Judy. We have 11, the guy who owns TMZ. He was a lawyer, And then he was a lawyer, and then he got on TV and became like a court TV reporter. From there, he went to the entertainment route. But that's not even, Meghan has always been an entertainer. She has always been an actress. She also ran a very, very successful food blog prior to meeting Prince Harry. And she was made to close it. The food blog was Tig. She was made to close the food blog because apparently once you become a senior royal member, every communication with the public must go through Buckingham Palace. So it's not, so, you don't want to be out there. At least that they don't want you out there like that. They want every communication to be monitored, to be approved. Before you even post something about yourself, before you even post anything, it has to be approved, and it has to come from the firm. So why won't she return to TV and do what she loves? Like, it's so interesting now they are saying Meghan is copying Kate. Oh my gosh. If anything, Kate is the one copying Meghan. And that's the reason why they want to run Meghan out of town. They want to run Meghan out of the spotlight, of the limelight, so that all of the things that Meghan had been doing, they can start replicating it and claiming that Kate invented all these things. It's so obvious what they're trying to do. They just want to run her out so that when they start replicating Meghan Markle's ideas, both the things that she did publicly or the things that she was working on, when they start replicating it and throwing Kate into the mix, people will think, oh, it's Kate. Oh, you look at all the amazing things that she thought of by herself. She's so smart. You know that I played to you guys just now, I couldn't even listen because she was mumbling. These people, they are like, it's so crazy. Why would Meghan want to copy Kate? Why? When prior to meeting Prince Harry, she was everything. She was a philanthropist. She was a global trailblazer. She was an actress. She was a model. She wore many, many hats. She also ran a food blog. There was one video, I was looking for that video today. I couldn't find it anymore. The video where she was talking about all the places. It was an event that she attended in New York. This was a while back, prior to even meeting Prince, or maybe around the time she was already dating Prince Harry. I don't know. But they were interviewing her, and she was just name dropping all the places that she was going to hit while she was in New York. She was going to, go to several restaurants, and she was also going to delve into street food or whatever. Like, you could see that this is what she loves. She loves doing this. And these people, they want you to forget that she had a whole life. She had she had an empire prior to meeting Prince Harry. They are so insecure about their weighty Katie. And they know that for as long as Meghan Markle remains in the public eye, there will always be a comparison between Kate and Meghan. And Meghan Markle will win every time. When it comes to life's fulfillment, okay, just joy, things that you bring to the table. Meghan brings a lot to the table. Do you think it's cheap? You think it's easy for you to get a $100 million Netflix deal? Do you think, like, seriously, haters, seriously, derangers, do you think it is easy to get a $100 million Netflix production deal? You think it's easy? You think it's a walk in the park? You think they just hand those things out like that to people who are not talented, who do not bring anything to the table? You think it's so easy? Me a break, you hater. They know that as long as Meghan continued to shine, Meghan continued to be in the spotlight, Meghan continued to release all this amazing project, they know that as long as she continues to do all this, there will be that comparison between her and Kate, and she will win every single time, twice on Sunday. And that's the reason why they're trying to run her out of the spotlight, trying to bully her and see if she'll go into hiding. No, she will not. When it was so hot, when things were so bad, she didn't run and hide. She stayed. What makes you think she's going to run and hide now? When she stuck it out, when things were at its worst for her. But that's their reason. That's the reason why they have tried their hardest to drive Meghan Markle out of the limelight. Because they know that their fave is as dry as a 1-year-old bread and boring with zero personality. Like, she has the personality. I wouldn't even say she has the personality of a drywall, because that would be me disrespecting the drywall. Like, she has zero. She like wet blanket. I can't even. There is no. I can't even. I don't even know how to compare the kind of personality. Like, she's so boring. Like, Jesus Christ! Look at this man. Look at this rubbish. Look at this. Look at this. And she's so dry and so bony. Like, who are you even trying to deceive? We know you don't eat. We know you don't eat. A few years ago, I actually did, and this is why I get angry. Anyway, that's another story. A few years ago, I did a story about Kate, just how bony she is. Like, there was a time where she was so tiny, like you could see the bone in her. Like, she was so freaking tiny. She looked like she should be admitted for ED. I saw an interview, can't remember now, this was a few years ago. They went to an event, and one of the celebrities who sat next to Kate was talking about how it was a dinner event and they were all served, and there were peas, green peas in the food, that this celebrity said he was watching Kate eat, right? Kate used like the fork and the knife to, like, she didn't know how Kate was able. You see the time, we all know the peas, the tiny peas. This celebrity person said he didn't know how Kate was able to, like, slice a tiny piece, one tiny piece, one tiny pea seed into 4 different sections, and kept taking it one at a time, one at a time. And that was all she had. It was an interview. The celebrity was so fascinated. I'm going to see if I can find that interview. It was a few years ago. The celebrity said he was so fascinated by it. Like, he has never seen anybody eating a peas the way that a pea, the way that Kate was eating a pea. Like, he just sliced it into four, those tiny round things that Kate sliced it into four, and was using the fork one after the other, one after the other. That was all he saw her eat. That was all he saw her put in her mouth. Okay. That was all he saw her put in her mouth the entire time. One slice of pea. One pea that she kind of sectioned into four slices. Like, who is she trying to convince that she makes this breakfast for? Who? Who is she trying to convince that she makes this, that she's doing this for? Oh, you make food? Who is she trying to convince? You cook every day? Okay. Okay. Anyways, guys. Let me see. Somebody said, Kate is trying to answer her own questions on early childhood. So it is so interesting. Somebody said, the Rangers think the world has forgotten the take. It's amazing. Like, this woman has been doing amazing, amazing, amazing things. And that's another thing that really pains them. Whenever some of her wonderful, amazing work, amazing things that she does, whenever they are publicized, the Rangers get angry because they don't want those things being revealed, because they want to be able to say she doesn't do anything for anybody. But then when you reveal some of the amazing things that she does, some of the amazing charity work that she's involved in, they'll be like, well, does she need to expose it? Yeah, she does. Dealing with somebody like you, yeah, she absolutely has to. She should. Because otherwise, you are going to turn around and say, oh, what did you do? You do nothing for anybody. But ultimately, what that shows is that she can never win. On days when she doesn't show what she's doing, she's accused of not doing enough. And then when she does, shows, or when some of her charity, work, some of the charity that she's involved in, when it's broadcasted, those people are like, oh, why does she have to tell the world? Yeah, because of psychos like you. Somebody said, McCain doesn't do anything but sit around. That's all she does. She complains and complains and complains. I remember during the. I remember there was something. There was an event that happened. I believe it was during Trump's presidency, the first one, and she came out like just being so loud and wrong, like spreading false information about how, oh, the neighborhood is so, there are rioters everywhere. Rioters everywhere. I'm so scared for my life. I can't believe this is my neighborhood, because she obviously lives in an upscale neighborhood. I can't believe I'm so afraid to come out now. There are rioters everywhere. They are this and they are that. And then a celebrity who lives in the same exact building as she does had to respond to her tweet and was like, stop lying, Meghan. None of those things that you are describing is happening. We live in the same house. We live in the same neighborhood. You are lying. Yeah. But yeah, that's what she does. She just lies. She makes up things, for attention. Like, she's sick. Like, she's sick. She's sick. So what I think she's doing here, Meghan McCain is just trying to tap into the Ranger cycle, trying to tap into the Rangers court, because she knows that she can't make it in MAGA world, in the MAGA court. So she has to, try to tap into the Rangers. But she's going to fail ultimately. Right. Neil said, oh, that was during the George Floyd. Yeah. This woman came out and she told a whole lie. Oh, everything. I'm so scared. My neighborhood is under attack. I can't come out. I'm so afraid. And then another celebrity that lives in the same building was like, you're lying, bitch. Stop lying. We live in the same house, and none of those things that you are describing happen. You are a liar. You are a liar. Stop lying. She just lies a lot. She looks for attention. It's a mess. It's crazy. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. But it was so beautiful the way that the neighbor. It was so beautiful the way that the neighbor called her out. The way that she was like, you're lying. We live in the same house. And she knew that she couldn't, like, Meghan McCain knew that she couldn't refute it, because she knows this celebrity. She knows that it's true. They actually live in the same house. They live in the same building. Oh my God. She is a mess. She is a freaking mess. Hi, 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 hi. That was so funny. I was like, finally, somebody like, but normally for somebody who, for a normal person, when once you've been caught in a lie, that is enough for you to just maybe go into your shell and hide and not ever come out again for the rest of the year. But that didn't stop her. A few days later, she was back to her old ways and lying about some other thing again. Like, that lady is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. Please hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button and also share. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I know that my videos are usually shorter than this. Let's see how this does. Because I just know that some people, when they see the duration of videos, they'll be like, oh, this is too long. That's why I try to like shorten my video. But if this does well, I don't mind sitting here and hanging out with you guys for a long time. But I make videos so that people can watch. But if people are discouraged because it's so long, then I will just go back to making shorter videos. But thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. Hit the like button and also share this video. And I will catch you later. Bye.